One of the most well-known stories about the Flask occurred when the pub was complete in the 1800s. Back then, a beautiful young Spanish woman came to London and took a job as a barmaid at the Flask. Over time, the barmaid became infatuated with the owner, eventually falling head over heels in love with this handsome young man. One day, she decided to risk it all and express her love for her boss. But when she told him her true feelings, her boss let her know that he was a married man and that wasn't going to be possible. The next morning, upon opening the pub, the young girl's lifeless body was found hanging in the basement where she had committed suicide.
Mm.
Today, the basement where the Spanish barmaid hung herself is a seating area. And the ghost of the barmaid has made herself known by appearing to staff and patrons as she continues working as if she never missed a beat. She's been seen wiping down the bar and the tabletops and has also been heard sobbing uncontrollably at night when the staff is closing up shop.
Poor thing. But
A
she
number of
had to have known he was married. Like, she spent that much time with him, and then she's like, what? You have a wife? I had no idea. No, I bet she knew.
No, I bet she knew. And actually, I saw another variation of the story, which made it seem more like they were having an affair, but he was not willing to leave his wife for her.
Yeah, it was like,
so
I want you to be with me. And he was like, yeah nope.
Yeah, no, he was like, no, I like this thing we got going on here. This is working out nicely for me. And she's like, no, I want more than that. Yeah, no, that's, I read another variation of it. So who knows? This was in the 1800s. And I don't even have this poor girl's name. So who knows, right? It's just one of the stories that are told at the pub. And I mean, drunk people like to tell stories. Clink. There's also a ghost of a man dressed in full uniform of a cavalier who's been seen in the main bar area. He's said to suddenly appear and is looking out a window as if watching for someone. He then turns and vanishes as he walks through a pillar that's now in the middle of the room. The cavalier is believed to be a soldier guarding the building and someone that might have died while carrying out his duties. I mean, we just got to we need to get like investigators at these pubs so we can get some names. I got no names here except for maybe Pop Charlie. And that's just because that's what the landlord calls him. His name might probably Charlie, probably something else, but
it is not Charlie,
knows?
I bet. $1 million. But he's going to call him Charlie. And so he's going to become Charlie. And then after a while, the ghost will probably forget what his name was. He was like, I'm Charlie, right? No, I seem to remember being named Charlie. Daniel at one point. But anyways, it's these stubborn ghosts. They are just, they won't speak up and tell you their full names. So you've got experiences, but you've got no way to research any backstory to find out who they are.
Yeah. You've either got to do some serious investigations at these places or be a legit medium, and you can go in there and just be like, pick up all of these things. I can tell he was a cavalier soldier. I can tell that he did die, and his name begins with I'm picking up a CH sound. You have to be able to have some kind of in tune, or how else are you going to find these details out? There's just so many gaps here in these stories. I'd really like to know more about him. If there was ever a barmaid, was she fucking hurt? Seriously, did he do her wrong? Or was she just like, I'm ending my life because this is the only love for me? I mean, she deserves to have the real story told. Unless she was a flake. Then maybe we'll just leave it like that.
No, the poor girl. She just wanted someone to love. But yeah, I mean, you'd have to spend a lot of time to really get those stories from the source, and that's the only way to really do it, because even if you research the property's history, most of it's not documented very well,
right?
And even if you find out this person, that person, this person, they all died here, who's to say that that's necessarily who's haunting the place, though?
Right. We've said this before. It could have been someone who just was attached to a piece of furniture that happened to get moved from one location to this.
Yeah
So it's so hard to say.